How far are you from the airport?
Like,
All right, I'm ready now, Regina. You'll be uninterrupted.
okay. Well, it's just the browse is just the tedious part for me.
Okay, hold on. Uninterrupted. Let me copy the link. Put it in my Patreon. This how you like, girl, that lady send my stuff over and I don't even have. Instead of me saying, well, brother, can I wait till
You want?
I'm about to send back the video.
What kind of cigarettes do you smoke?
Baby, this one.
Camel.
That's on YouTube?
Yeah, it's on YouTube, but it's also from out for your fans.
Girl, this
Girl, that means
it's a 4K.
That means she finna give us issues.
Girl, I need her to.
Do we need to just record
I need her to
and
get it together
upstream
by 10
later?
o'clock. Maybe she'll pass by then.
All right, okay, Regina, come on. All right, they're gonna start trickling in, but we're recording this. Okay, we're recording this.
What's behind this change?
Oh, yes. I look like a fat lady.
Motion detected at your front door.
Motion.
Something I need early.
Is that really what that says?
It's lotion.
Did you want a cocktail?
No.
Okay. How many months are you pregnant? How many
Well,
months?
see, it takes longer for guys. That's why we rarely do it. So,
That's why you.
Yeah, I need for you to say that tonight on the show that you're pregnant, and I need you to tell me, how long your pregnancies last. What's up, Patreon? Hey, my Patreons, how y'all doing? I told y'all that I was gonna learn how to go live with y'all, and baby, here we go. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, let me pull the hair. Let me pull the bonnet off. The bonnet has to come off because the brows needs to be done. So we got Chris Crocker in the house. This is behind the scenes, Chris, so we can be really, candid, unadulterated, honey. Lots of things is gonna go on behind the scenes here while we're sitting here. Regina is preparing my eye and.
Ooh, cut her off.
That girl with my phone go missing.
I keep thinking she's saying.
And she said motion, girl. When my phone gonna get missing, girl. What are you gonna say? Are you gonna be the one to find? Craig, is my other phone plugged up?
Yeah, it's over there.
Okay,
It's
good.
already on 100% though. But
Yeah, but we need it to stay over there, girl, honey. All right, so I see. What's up, Maddie Mob? I see 17 of you girls. What?
Ooh.
Regina, not Regina.
I'm sorry, honey. I'm sorry.
Hi,
Is that all right?
She's getting the makeup.
Yeah.
There's like a storm going on.
Yeah, it is. So I want you guys to know that there's a storm going on outside, and we told the storm to go. So we don't know if there's going to be any breaking connections tonight with the I don't claim it in the name. We hoping that it's gone and stuff like that. We're hoping these things. Now, yeah. So I'm going on to get ready. Now, listen. In my Patreon, I'd like to say I'd love to be more active with you guys with private, personal things. But it's come to my attention, my immediate attention.
Yo, what girl?
Oh.
It's come to my immediate attention
What's happening?
that we have serpents.
Oh!
Are they recording shit?
They're leaking information.
We have serpents in the room. Serpents. So I'm gonna need a few of my mongooses to keep the eyes out for the serpents. Because a mongoose lets the serpents have it, honey. Am I right?
Right.
So I'm gonna need for my mongooses in there. That's my mongoose spirited girls to flush these serpents out
In the name of Jesus.
in the name of the ever living God.
What are they doing though?
Girl, Patreon is supposed to be for my VIP.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Girl,
Listen, let me put it right here, because I'm going to be walking. How's that? Is that better?
But it took out the microphone, so I'm gonna move the microphone here. Let's put it here if it's safe.
Oh, you want to record this now?
We're going to record it tomorrow.
But not yet. Okay.
There's some serpents in here, honey.
Okay, I'm going to just...
And you serpents need to understand But just like in your true form of Satan, you have no power.
Get back to Crow.
Get back, Satan! Y'all run over there. Y'all be messy. Y'all cook pots. This is supposed to be a place where I'm able to vent and things like that until the serpents are flushed out. Washed out, stoned, and killed in here. I'm gonna be in my Patreon, but you will not be getting an exclusive. I will be making an exclusive group that is gonna be for the exclusive people that I trust, that I communicate with, that I trust. I don't trust these serpents, honey. Y'all run to and fro like Satan. You run to and fro, honey, trying to kill, steal, and destroy my name.
I was gonna say, so they pay to be on there, and then they try to hijack the material to tell people what you say, or what?
Yeah, they do that, like being shady, or not just to tell people what I say, but just to to keep pots going, honey, brewing pots.
If y'all like pots that bad, get in the kitchen and make something of yourself, honey.
Right.
You know, get a plate.
Get a plate. I want a spoon. Get a fork. Eat a dinner. You know?
That's the most centered version of your usual.
All right.
Get a plate.
Yeah, get a plate then. Yeah. The serpents. I need for you guys to come through and crush and devastate the serpents. Run them out. And I don't care, because the devil never comes as your enemy. He always comes as your friend. The devil never comes as your enemy. He always comes as your friend. The devil never. Let me cut this white lady off. It's only one white woman that's gonna be talking through my show tonight, and that's gonna be Chris Crocker, bitch. Okay.
Yeah, for the promotion. Yeah.
I need to tell that white woman to cut that goddamn fuss out in here. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So we're gonna go ahead on. You guys are going to be privy to the, what is this, Craig?
What? The podcast?
The podcast.
The Queen's Supreme Court podcast.
I'm going to have to stay really still.
The podcast drops on Friday morning at 6 a.m.
Yeah, I'm gonna rechange those times. I think it needs to come out at 8 or 9 a.m. I think we need to schedule it for 8 or 9. I think we need to change the dropping of the cast. What? The eyebrow?
Honey, if you know they can mob me, but not tonight.
Did the file come back up? They did.
The eyebrow? All right. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. I'm gonna lean into the microphone, Regina. You have
Okay,
You are really working on her name. You are really.
Regina.
I mean, she had people hashtagging it.
Regina.
I was like, oh God.
I don't understand why her parents didn't just call her.
All right,
Regina.
Craig, come on, let's
All
do
right.
this thing. With this. You ready to get started?
You want to start with? You want them to hear this part?
What's that?
Guess what? The Queen's Supreme Court is headed.
Well, by the time this drops, honey, we'll be in Baltimore, Maryland.
That's right, honey. The dream.
Girl, no, this is dropping Friday.
To your city.
I'll be in Baltimore. You won't be there yet.
Time you had the last time to get a good time. Well, we gonna have a better time because the dream goes.
Oh, girl, you blacking me out, girl? Is that a purple? Craig, cut that shit off. This behind the scenes, girl, honey.
All right, go ahead.
Wait a minute. It's Regina got a hold to my eye. Regina, the evil princess, has got a hold to my eye.
The evil princess.
Yes, Regina.
Something about the bishop's daughter today?
Oh, well, yes, Regina, the bishop's daughter, by way of the evil princess, has got a hold to my eye right now, honey. And for those of you on my Patreon that are watching, you're able to see. You're able to see. You ready? All right, here we go. Is it on? Is it on, honey? Is this bitch record? That's it. That's it. Who wants some YouTube land, Twitter land, Instagram land,
OnlyFans land.
Snapchat, Grindr, Scruff, BGC, Jack, Facebook, Periscope, and last but not least, every single watt.
How many, girl?
Every single watt.
How many?
Every single watt.
Every single drop.
Of my bitches, Christian Mingle, and the lands all across the land. This is your girl T.S. Madison. We coming to you loud, live, and always and forever in color from the marvelous chateau. And we would like to welcome you to the Queen's Supreme.
Which court?
The Queen's Supreme.
Oh.
The Queen's Supreme Court. Baby, and tonight, honey, we got the original Leave Britney Alone.
What's good?
Miss Chris Crocker's in the house, honey.
Hey y'all.
Chris Crocker, are you some kid to Betty Crocker?
No, but you know what? My grandma cooks better than her. Who I met, I just FaceTime with her, and she told me to tell y'all hello.
Hey, Grandma. Listen, you over here with Miss Mary. She should have came on down, honey.
Oh my gosh, we had so much fun eating earlier.
Girl, listen, the way you swallowed that beignet, I was like, baby Chris, you're dangerous, honey. You're a dangerous lady.
When you sit on a plane for that long, you want to swallow something.
Ooh, you are a war.
Sit next to these uptight Republicans all morning long. You're like, can I get out of here?
So I take it that you're a Democrat, honey. You're not Republican.
Honey, I don't have one Republican bone in my body, but I have fucked one. And I'm not gonna lie about that. Because where I come from, it's hard. I mean, you know, it's hard to find Democrat dick where I'm from.
Well, speaking about where you're from, exactly. Please, Chris Crocker, explain to the viewers that are out here that are going to be watching the Patreon, where are you from?
I'm from good old Tennessee. And so, you know how they always like, why is he putting on this like sassy? I'm like, honey, I'm just talking like my grandma talks. Like, I am from South. Like, Tennessee, born and raised. I lived in LA for a little bit after my 15 minutes of fame or whatever. But I'm from Tennessee. Macaroni and cheese eating pussy.
Wait a minute. So when you say you're 15 minutes of fame, I'd like for you to explain. Could you explain to the people out there that are listening and watching, where did your rise to fame come from in the Force, Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Do we want the quick answer? I'll give the quick answer.
Okay.
Okay, so I started out on MySpace. A year before I did the Leave For Me Alone video, I posted a video that got 8 million views. I was like, to the bitches that want to fight me. And then I did the bitch fell, the hair flip, maintain my audience. I got like 20 million views from MySpace, and then I just maintained it, kept going. Then I cried over Britney. They flew my ass to LA, and that was that.
So, okay, so when you were crying about Britney, my love, was that true? So, for those of that don't know, Chris Crocker is infamous. You have other videos, it's just like I have other videos besides those dirty videos that they like to keep in their Rolodexes, honey.
Well, we have that in common, yeah.
Right. But you're infamous for saying, leave Britney alone!
Yeah.
In tears.
Right. Well, see, this is what's crazy. Everyone thinks I'm full of shit, but here's the truth. I like to do silly, funny videos, and that's how I started. But the year that Britney was going through that, my mom had just got back from Iraq with PTSD. She was homeless and addicted to meth.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw Britney going through all that, in my own family, I had to fight for my family to still believe in my mom. So I was kind of like all fucked up in the head, like really defensive over any woman going through her time. That's the God's honest truth. But it would be a lot, but I had to like get a sense of humor about the way people saw the video too. I'm not stupid, so I was like, all right, well if that's how they see me, I'm gonna play up to this little dumb bitch kind of persona, because I was stuck in Tennessee and gay, and I was like, honey, if this gets me out of there, I'll let them think what they want to think.
Okay.
If y'all want to see me as a joke, hey, that's cute.
Goodbye.
So
But I had to run with it.
basically at that time, you were one of the first, at that time you identified as transgender.
Yeah.
Before there was even a transgender identity, you were identified as transgender.
That's how I identified, to the point where, like, you know, I was gonna fully go through it all, and all my old interviews, I was wanting to get my boobs done and everything. And that was also years ago. You know, now we've broadened terms. I didn't know what genderqueer was. I just thought, well, if you feel like you have
A woman inside you.
which I really do still, that's all, you know, I feel like gender is a journey for some people. For me, it's always been one. But yeah, I identified that way, and then the media would like make fun of me. I remember when I woke up, Fox News was like, is this a boy or a girl crying over Britney? Like, that's how, like, back then they could be so openly homophobic, you know.
She
But she
whispered.
need to grab a quick call. Yes.
What you want? Some of this? Or what you want?
Is that okay?
What you want?
I'm sorry, y'all. We had got a little quiet. My phone had rung, honey. You know, it'd be so much movement going on in the background, girl. And for those of you who've always wanted to see what be going on, this is the shit that be going on in the background. My phone ringing, people showing up. Miss Mary washing and cooking. We're gonna flip the camera around to that afterwards. She's washing and cooking. She's made some good food tonight, honey. She done chopped up some
Chris, you want ice?
I forget what it was she done chopped up with cucumbers and tomatoes and things and onions.
I know we got sidetracked, but again, I do have to compliment you because when we were pulled out, I said to her, I was like, they're going to look outside and be like, ooh, this trashy bitch trying to smoke. But then it started storming, so I couldn't smoke. It's beautiful here, that's what I'm trying to say.
Oh, you said it's
I was
beautiful.
intimidated.
Why?
Yeah. Because this is, I'm as white trash as it gets. I'm like Anna Nicole Smith before she got the money. Like,
Oh my God, I used to love Anna Nicole when she was alive. Anna Nicole.
you're so outrageous.
Yeah, trim spa baby.
What was when she did that speech? You know, my good friend Edward Delano did her on Snap Game. And
Yes.
she was like, if I ever record an album, I want Kanye West to produce. Do you remember that?
No.
I remember that.
Oh my God.
She did all that?
She was.
So Craig, you mean to tell me you got, hold on y'all, I'm sorry to be sidetracked, Craig.
What?
Craig has a whole pancake sitting over here with my Aunt Jemima fucking syrup, ketchup over here on the table. None of this stuff was here on this table before my table was clean.
Girl, they can't see any of this. What does that have to do with?
You are cracking me up, man.
What did I mean? Like,
Yeah.
This just irritated and disturbed me.
girl, that ain't had nothing to do with you.
That just disturbed my spirit that this goddamn pancake or whatever it is.
And it's a waffle.
And so whatever it is sitting here, and then you have the audacity to have a metal fork, as if you're gonna wash one dish.
What?
She wants you to have some fucking.
You could have used a plastic fork, Greg, honey. Then you walk around here,
Girl, I don't eat off no plastic.
girl, make sure that
I'm getting your guest a bit of vodka.
well, make
For
sure
his
that
cocktail.
well,
Did
make
you want more ice? Was that good?
Oh,
you make sure that wait a minute, is this my phone that you're placing this on? Oh.
do you think that would look good?
Yes, hairy breasts like that would be wonderful. Sorry, y'all. We're getting back to the regularly scheduled program. Okay, so Chris, may I ask, you never are supposed to ask a woman's name.
Okay.
So being that
I'm
you're
not
in
one,
between
so, yeah.
a woman and a queer.
Girl.
And a faggot.
Oh no.
Ah.
Well, on this podcast, you can be careful, honey.
I mean-
The snakes are watching. The serpent.
I refer to myself.
Okay, we don't let the children say. So, all right, Chris, you were the first queen. Well, not the first queen, but the first that I saw. Did you know people keep them in the bag? The first that I saw on TV, like not TV, but like Maury. Like I was trying to figure what is that beeping, girl?
The oven.
No, don't cut it out, bro. I don't know what Miss Mary got in there, and she done vanished. She's in the room somewhere. I don't know.
Well, that's a really good point. Because remember what I said earlier when I was like, okay, the hell with them. They think I'm a joke. I'm gonna roll with it. The Maury appearance was when I knew. Actually, RuPaul was the one first ever because she had seen me on TV. She sat me down. I was 19 in New York.
Hold on, this is gonna be a good story. Hold on. I don't know. Let me run in here and ask this.
I think the cornbread is done. It
All
smells
this
like cornbread.
interruption. All this interruption.
But if at least I mean, this is for the Patreon. Right?
Yeah, this is
I mean, they get to
Yeah,
I like that.
Well, no, she might want it on.
Yeah, don't listen. Do not. You don't.
Right.
All right.
Can you set that for 48 minutes for me?
Sure. Okay, she wants something. She wants the thing set in 48 minutes.
Let me
Be
a
honest.
little more over too, by the way.
Girl, hey.
Sorry, guys. This is real. This is a real podcast. This stuff really happens. Okay.
I like that idea. I just want to be like a.
Okay. Is there a way you stop the timer and not?
Yeah, once you stay at the timer will go off.
But the oven has to stay on, bro.
I'm like.
But the oven got to stay on.
It's all working.
Cause baby, I don't need. It's already storming outside. I don't need them issues in the house about her cornbread souffle.
Oh, they saying, can you speak up a little louder?
Yeah.
Hello, and how is everyone on this fine evening?
Well-
I'm here with T.S. Madison.
Yeah.
Currently reviewing vodka and
Red Bull.
Red Bull to quench your thirst.
Is it back? Is it okay?
Yeah, I said.
Okay, thank y'all.
You know.
Right. Miss Mary will come
She'll come through here like a Tasmanian
Yes,
devil.
honey, and you'll be
When it comes to the food.
baby Miss Mary Carey's.
Don't touch her shit.
Don't put your hands like listen. That is her preparation.
She don't need your help.
Listen, those are Miss Mary's preparations.
I really like that salt. My grandmother's very
Why are you whispering, niece?
Cause
loud as
no,
you
I
is.
don't know. I'm just.
no. He understands. Because we're not at the moment talking about his life. We're talking about our own.
Oh, if she comes, she won't.
It's done, Mom. We done did it.
We set the time.
Mom.
Listen, this is not ASMR. Well, we got to reveal now.
Oh, well, no, I'm saying,
That would be great. An
Listen.
ASMR edition.
Oh, God.
This is why I asked.
I need a cigarette.
That's why I said 6:30.
Yeah. You went down, you went ready.
But it's still out because you had told me 7.
No.
All right, so let us continue. Sorry.
He was about to tell you the story.
That thing be
about RuPaul.
running
All right,
around
all right.
here.
So we're gonna run it back, and we're gonna get this. We ain't edited none of this out. None of this is being edited out. Yes. Can you guys hear it?
Do I need to step my pussy? My.
Yeah. You need to step your throat pussy up, girl.
I'm not
Okay.
used to using it.
So, I was in New York and I ran into her. No.
Oh no, honey.
So-
We need you in the most feminine,
No, I'm
in the
gonna-
most feminine Chris Parker voice that we can have.
No, I'm just gonna keep it real. So the first person to ever sit me down after that whole Leave Britney Alone fiasco was RuPaul. Sat my 19-year-old ass down in New York, called a meeting with me, took me to a restaurant, and said, "You're being overexposed for this one thing. You need to kind of take a step back." Because at that point, it was on like the Today Show, The View, Jimmy Kimmel, The Tonight Show. So RuPaul really sat me and was like, "You're getting overexposed for this one thing. You need to figure out what it is you want to channel this into." And like grabbed me by the hand, took me out to eat. Cause he also, I'm not gonna mention names, but he also knew I had some people around me that maybe didn't have my best interest at the time. So over the years, you know, we did the RuPaul's ride, and I kept up with World on Wonder and stuff, but RuPaul really was the first to show like genuine concern like this.
Same with me. They said that. Now, Chris, I love you, but we got real bad sound issues here in this house. So you're gonna have to.
Okay.
I know you have a soft and dainty voice. Let me try to move this a little bit forward.
Can y'all hear me?
Okay.
So cute.
I'm shy at first. Okay.
So you're gonna be getting this all night that they can't hear you. So I'm gonna need you to, when you get on the
Okay.
bench, and Craig, you're gonna have to do a rundown there. We and be on the run and make sure that he's,
Right.
you know. So
Okay.
I don't want to go back over it again. So you said
Oh, I-
you said RuPaul was the first person, the first celebrity to grab you, snatch you up.
19 years old, and was like, "You're getting overexposed for this one thing. You need to kind of take a step back, realize what you want to do." And it was, the reason I'm saying this is because remember when you mentioned the Maury appearance? That was the day after that RuPaul sat me down. I was like, "Listen, we was in New York. That's where he filmed at the time." And just, you know, all I'm saying is RuPaul's always been like a guardian angel, always kind of wants to steer you in the right direction, make sure you know, because I'm kind of crazy. So RuPaul's always been very sweet in that way.
It's been the same situation for me with Ru. Like Ru possibly was the very first one to be like, "Hey, girl." But let me tell you something. Ru keeps up with what's going on in the now.
Mm-hmm.
Like RuPaul keeps his eyes open on what's trending, what's popping, what's in the now. Ru's never gonna get old. Believe it.
Not just that, and Ru goes off of energy. Is a big energy person. Like I had said, Ru did not think some people had my best interest that were around me when I was 19 and let me know off the bat. Like Rue, if Rue sees something in you, he tries to protect that. And I see he's always done that with you.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. He does. Like, it was the first to be like, hey girl, what's up? New wave, 22 inches? Yes! You know?
Yeah, but you know, and you don't really meet many people in the industry who still have that kind of like, I want to guard over you, protect you, help nourish the good things about you.
Let me give you some advice. Let me tell you what you should do and watch out for this and that. Well, I'm one of those type of girls.
Yes.
Because, you know,
And
I know how it is. I know how it is to try to get started, want to get your feet wet, getting in the...
Bless.
Oh, bless you.
Ooh, excuse me, y'all.
I know it got me too.
Getting in the game, you know, people want to leech off of you for who you are or your star. They see your star growing. Some people may want to throw a veil over the cloak, or they may want to attach themselves to it and
But have you noticed something within the LGBT community as far as like these new generation stars? It's not much of a place where it's like we come together. It's so competitive. It's either like you were saying, they want to leech onto you, or they want to be in direct competition. There is no like, hey, like,
Yeah.
not that everybody has to love each other, but like, it's so at each other's throats.
Well, it's because
They think there's only space for one.
for one, well, because a lot of times it's the fans' fault. It's the fans' fault, and it's the media's fault, because the fans can love us so much and say, "Oh, well, there's nobody better than this one," and you like, "Well, girl."
Am I wrong for saying this? But it's kind of like that anytime with groups of minorities in the media. It's the same thing with like female rap. There has to only be one. And in the LGBT, whether it's online stars or it's always at each other's neck.
Yeah. It's that. It's they wanna battle for your spot. They wanna, and like, girl, you have to realize that everything comes to you in its proper time. Everything.
And so when they try to battle for your spot, I'm like, no one could ever have your spot. You earned that, manifested that spot. Manifest yours or get off the clock.
Right.
I don't get it.
And my thing is, it's crazy because people come in and instead of them trying to make their space, they want to take yours, and they want to take your space and they want to remove you and sit themselves there. And I tell people all the time, girl, listen, if you had to walk a day in my shoes, all you see is the good stuff. If you had to really walk a day in my shoes and walk a moment in the things that went on for me to get to the space that you see me in, girl, you would have dropped out of the game. You would have dropped out of the game. So instead of you coming in and trying to replace me, girl, get your own spot. Because you can't never replace me. Girl, you can't, just like I can never replace you, Chris. You know, we can never replace RuPaul. The spot is already, it's been made.
But see, the thing is, when you make your own spot, here's what kills me though about the girls that like to piggyback off of what you've already created, that don't want to put their own original spin on things, that don't want to create their own spot.
It's still recording.
Okay.
It's like this, right? When you're the first of doing your thing, it's like you knock the wall down, and all these other bitches walk through
Comfortably, yes.
But you didn't do anything.
Right. And then you sit over there and be like, that bitch ain't shit. You washed up, you a has-been, you late, you tired. And you like, wait, girl, you wouldn't even be able to walk in the same arena had it not been for my presence, my persistence, girl. You wouldn't be able, just like I see people right now that are, girl, do you know how much stuff spawned after the Queen's Court?
Oh, you already know I know.
Do you see the phenomenon that was created online? And then you have these people who are in your field or think they're in your field. They're somewhere behind you, like far, far, far behind. Excuse me, I'm going to say it again. Like far, far, far behind you. Far.
I love you.
Far behind you. And then they fix their mouth to tell you that you're washed up, you're a has been used because they got 3 people listening to them. Hold on, we gotta cut these things off. This is Mary's. Because they got 3 people listening to them. 3. And it's just like, girl, niece, I'm solidified in this situation, girl.
Niece.
Whether I have 10,000 people watching or 1,000, I'm solidified in these streets. You're still, you trying to claw me in my back. You trying to claw in my back to climb up my back, girl. And it's not gonna happen. Because, see, I know girls that got 150 or 200,000 views, girl, and ain't made 150 or $200,000.
Listen,
But can they say, I can say that I've done that, but they cannot. Off of the platform that they built, I've done that. Oh, I'm over here shaking because I want to read.
But can I add to that a little bit?
Yeah.
Nowadays, too, say a bitch who is trying to come at your spot even does get views. Here's the problem. They don't realize that when you're like an overnight popcorn sensation, honey, I've been doing this since 2005, 2006. And I fell off, climbed back on, whatever. So I'm happy when other girls make it. But when you try to take my recipe and pretend that I just never existed, you never got inspired off of me, when you're literally, your entire personality is like a Xerox machine, copy and paste. But because it's popular to be like, fuck Chris Crocker, all he did was cry over Britney, no one gives a fuck that you're literally Chris Crocker 2.0. So what I was gonna say is, you know, let's call it what it is. Even if you do get millions of views, if you...
Have you made millions of dollars? No.
And in this new climate, honey, these 15 minutes of fame now is not what it used to be. Mine's like, you know what I mean? These girls...
Girl, 15 minutes of fame now, it lasts exactly 15 minutes. See, the term 15 minutes of fame...
When Andy Warhol came up with that...
Could have lasted for a long time. Literally now, 15 minutes, girl, you're done.
But you know, it is sad because I would like to be happy for the other girls. But when other girls just seem really
Pressed.
Then I'm like, ooh. You know, we all get inspired from somewhere. So I like it when the girls get inspired. Do your thing.
Did I mention how far behind they are? Far. But girl, you haven't had nearly, you girls have never had, you haven't had nearly as many television appearances, or your name isn't spoken as nearly as many times in rooms that you have not even set your foot in. Girl, you have yet to walk into to television network stations and producers and these things. They don't know who you are, daughter. They don't know who you are. Girl, your Instagram fans know who you are, but girl, these people that really are movers and shakers, they don't know who you are. They know me.
Right.
They know me.
Right. They know you from the ballroom scene to the TV.
They text and they text and call the line. They know me, but they have yet to know who you are, niece. Stay in your lane. That's the request of the OGs, is for you to stay in your lane. Respect your mothers and grandmothers.
That's the request of the OG. Yes.
Respect your mothers and grandmothers, girl.
But that's what it is, baby. They pop out of our existential pussies. Try to do the same thing we do, and I don't mind, but don't act like we don't exist and didn't inspire you. That's all my problem is. It reminds me of kind of like, well, I ain't gonna say that, never mind.
Girl, don't, yeah.
You already know. We all know.
6:30. I'm sorry, my lashes, my eyebrows is being traced on.
Right.
I was really about to go there.
But it makes you get in a space, and it makes you get where you want to read, because you get to be over it. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we were coming, we had reverence for our OGs like RuPaul and, you know, Flip Wilson's. You know, all the girls, like, was Flip Wilson a girl?
Oh. No, he wasn't part of the community. You know?
Oh, that's what he said? Okay.
Well, that's what Tyler said.
You know who really inspired me too back in the, because that was like when I started playing around with gender. It was like 2004 or 5. Did you know Pete Burns from the band Dead or Alive? like, I don't think he identified as a her. I'm pretty sure he did, but he was so gender fluid, and he was on Celebrity Big Brother. You might know who that is.
The name sounds familiar.
But yeah, it's also too. It's not that we don't want to be nasty and put people down who are inspired.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just a lot of people just don't show respect. They show anything but that, and that's my problem. So.
Yeah, I know, and this is why quiet as is kept. This is why I use my platform for the people to come, have a seat, have a conversation, old and new, because it's the only way. I think that it should be a helping process, old and new.
Old and new, pregnant and not pregnant. It's not, it's we don't, That was what inspired me.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Hold on, I'll be able to talk to y'all in a second when Regina get
That was.
when Regina get done. 6:30, Regina.
6:30.
Yes, girl. All this stuff is going on, her. She got me coated in this batter.
Yeah, they ain't finished.
She has me coated in this batter, girl. I don't know what kind of batter this is, honey. This is brown batter, girl. Coated, honey, in batter. Yeah. So, Chris, let me ask you something. Am I able to dive deep into your personal life right now? What? Oh.
Oh.
What has been going on with you since all of these things? Can you give us like a quick, fast run?
Yeah. Excuse me, don't be able to hear me.
Yeah.
Well, after Leave Britney Alone?
Yeah.
After Leave Britney Alone, I filmed with World of Wonder, the reality show they go through.
Mm-hmm.
And my grandma got sick. So I had to come back to Tennessee because she raised me. So anything going on with her, I'm there. So I had to get back home. Was with a guy on and off for 9 years. Still don't know what the hell is going on with that.
Wait a minute. You said you still don't know?
He was the one that was supposed to drive me here, girl. But how I was supposed to be here yesterday?
Right.
Right.
So
He got mad because I was tipsy and showing him like, oh, I'm getting real.
You get real comfortable. You were showing him what
I
now?
had bought him. Okay, well, on top of the fact I got his ass an iPhone, paid for his rent this month.
why?
Oh.
Bought him $400 worth of clothes, all this tea. Well, he comes over late at night, the night before he's supposed to drive me here, and I'm like, baby, look at all these clothes I just bought you. And he's like, go to fucking sleep, you're drunk. Which, bitch, I was drunk. But I wanted to brag on myself because I'm treating you. So he was like, I'm trying to go. It's just petty, stupid shit. And I feel like after 9 years, like, you either know me or you don't, So I've been drinking too much lately, too, because I'm depressed with my grandma being sick, so.
So you suffer with depression.
Yeah. I do, and I know that drinking doesn't really help, but it's when things add up and multiply and quantify in your life that it's just kind of like you don't handle it the best. Because I believe with drinking, it brings out whatever you're feeling before you take the gulp. If you're happy, all right. But when shit's heavy,
But it's just like, but once you come down off of the alcohol, girl, the problem is still there.
that's absolutely right.
So, you have to find other ways, my darling,
Yeah.
to kind of like deal with that and cope with it. I think, submerging yourself. So for me, submerging myself into work help me deal with my girl.
Yeah.
This is why I be wanting y'all to come before I start doing all this stuff, because I be needing to be in the
Get into it.
I be needing to be in the
2 o'clock.
Yes.
2 o'clock.
Yeah, okay.
2 o'clock.
I submerge myself into work and into productive things, you know what I'm saying? And even though when work is done, the problem is still not, it's still gone, but I've made more money, or I've made more,
and you're right. And the thing is too, do you ever get drunk and post anything on your Instagram and you're like, oh shit, I regret
Girl, she gets drunk and go live.
I don't be drunk on live.
No,
She be a little
no,
toasted.
come on.
Okay, I may have a little frost. I might be a little frosty. I might be a little frosty, but honey, it's days that I want to go forth in a sickening read. I want to go forth in a reading ministry, like, girl.
Right.
Like, especially when I have an old nasty green dress on. Yes, especially having on a nasty green dress and it's time for me to go forth in ministry. Like, girl, I've been holding this for a moment.
It's time for you to go.
Go forth in ministry. I have on my green dress, and I'm ready to let go and let God.
It's a mission statement.
You know, but the book says it's the season for the things, honey. And that green dress is reading season.
It brings out something in you.
It does. I don't know what it is. You know.
I like that when I wear hair.
Really?
I don't. Clothes don't really, but hair. Oh my god.
Do we need to get you some hair
No,
for tonight?
we don't. Listen.
No.
This half the drinks got me together.
Yeah, and we have and production isn't here. From my understanding, they just was in a car accident.
What?
Really?
Yes, this is the message that I received. Yes, just received. I think they're fine. Is what they say.
You're right though. I gotta find better
She
solutions.
said Mo got into an accident.
Yeah, but you said.
But I did want to touch on this. I do have to find better solutions, and I've been trying to be really honest with myself, my family about it. But you know, trying to figure all that out. But my problem though is these bitches. Again, these bitches that like to fucking screen record when you have obviously posted a drunk video. And they're like, oh, I want to hold you accountable for how drunk you were. Bitch! Are you, like, what the fuck? But that's the world we live in. Is, oh, you posted a video when you were drunk and crying or whatever. That's the part where I'm just like, okay, bitch, we know I need to watch my drinking, but what the fuck are you really doing? That's some evil-hearted shit. Trying to embarrass people in their worst moments. I hate that.
But girl, you have to be mindful, and this is why you have to have a partner that is there to slide on the side of you. Like, girl, put that camera down. Is either one got to go, the drink or the camera.
Right.
Now you can have the drink, and you can roll it all over on the ground. You can have the drink and roll it all over the ground, but with the camera, you got to put the camera down because we don't need these situations, girl.
Not roll all over the ground, girl.
Girl, but Chris, I done seen you reading, like coming out of a place, and I'm like, girl, my sister is full.
Mm-hmm.
My sister's so full, honey. She is so full. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's cranberry and vodka or just vodka straight. 'Cause baby, she is full. I seen you coming out of a restaurant and those white people were saying something to you. You was like, fuck you, you white bitches.
Oh.
Fuck all you white bitches.
Now,
I was
see-
like, wait a minute now.
You serving out like that, Chris?
Yeah, but see, here's the thing, y'all. I live in a really small town in Tennessee, so even when I do get what's it called, Rudy Tooty, wasted, drunk, like whatever. Even when I go to the limits, I had the cops called on me in my homophobic ass small town because literally, swear on my life, I just went shopping and I went to like a little bar and I'm smoking outside. I bought this cute shirt and I changed the shirt outside and this family could see me through the window. I'm on the patio of the bar. Oh, we're so offended. Like, we just saw him change his shirt. I didn't know that a male changing his shirt outside was illegal. You called the police for that? So yeah, I did say fuck you to the police.
Okay.
I don't know about it.
Well, I know, but see, it's different when you say fuck you to the police versus
Okay.
me.
No, you're
For me.
absolutely. I get that. I get that. That's true. And that's another thing. I want to talk about that fucking piece of shit. What's that piece of shit racist politician this week?
Mitch
Mitch
McConnell.
McConnell.
That talks about reparations for black people.
And he said there shouldn't be any or some shit?
Yeah, he said, Craig, can you brief us for a second? I think this is one thing we'll talk about on the podcast and everything else that they'll just have to see on the show. Brief us on the thing while Regina continues to paint me.
Mitch McConnell basically was saying that black folks are not entitled to reparations because they gave us, meaning I guess America gave black people President Obama. They gave us a black president.
Oh.
Yeah, he was saying, and then he also said, well, who we pay exactly anyway?
Wait, what?
Who exactly would we pay reparations to?
So this is like an official quote, he said.
Yes.
Yeah, I have a video.
Yes,
On the
we're
show
gonna,
tonight,
now we are
we'll
going to
see
play
the
that video. Now, we may
Okay.
not play lots of videos tonight, but that video, that one, we're going to play on the show tonight.
See, and what you just touched on, it is very true. And see, I forget like when I said, oh yeah, I did say fuck you to the police, but you bring a really good point too, because even though I'm like, oh, well, I'm gay in my small town and that's why they called the police, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that we can't do that in that same small town, honey. We won't be found again.
I understand. Because I grew up around really racist, homophobic ass people. And 90% of my family is Republican. So these conversations, just like for 2 years, I had to break it down over and over about Black Lives Matter. I was like just going in on them all the time, trying to break it down in the most common sense way. So I know what you mean.
Yeah. So here's my question to you, Craig.
Craig or Chris?
You, Craig.
Oh.
Here's my question to you. We're sitting here with Chris Crocker, who is a. Are you Caucasian or are you mixed with Caucasian and?
I'm white.
But we have a Caucasian sister that's sitting here on the thing that has experienced homophobia, transphobia, because at one point he did identify as her. And when does it become? When do they separate it? Like, well, not when. Like, why do they separate it? Like, they separate it for gays and blacks and things of that nature. Like, why? Why do you think that happens? And then once that separation happens on a grander scale.
Yup,
Girl,
my
she-
fault. Sorry.
Girl, she got it off of your eyes.
Okay, look,
Girl,
I'm
this is
finna
why-
move. No,
She-
you go ahead and talk.
she
I'ma
might
come
be
back.
good with that
I'ma
makeup.
come back
No,
later.
we gotta
I'ma come back
finish.
later.
She might be good with that makeup, but that lady clumsy.
Girl, we got to finish, girl.
That lady clumsy.
Is.
I contacted her. I
Is.
said, Regina, I need you at 6. Girl, I'm coming at 7.
You said 6:30, and then when I get here, if y'all know the TS,
They said, Regina, be still, sis.
Girl.
okay, well be still, honey.
Jesus.
Okay, I got it this time.
Jesus in the name.
Girl, some sandals she got.
I was asking a question that threw me off. I was like, well, then when it gets to a level from the level of that, then we separate it in our community like white gays, black gays, white trans, black trans.
It's like there's like a hierarchy of discrimination.
Yes.
Well, but I get that though, because I don't want to jump on your.
No, go ahead, family, go ahead.
I get it though, because I can only speak to. I might experience homophobia, I might experience transphobia, but I still can't speak. There's still privilege even in that. Because
Yes.
I can't speak to
Black, yeah.
Like I mean, it just hit me right when you just said, like, oh, okay, well, you could have said fuck too. Like, that's exactly what I've tried to explain even to my family, but I just had a brain fart when you said it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still privilege even in being a white gay. Even if you're discriminated against for being gay, you can still
Absolutely.
go about your life, and the discriminations are not based on your skin color.
Right.
And a lot of gay people, too, can camouflage being gay, etc. So there's still privilege in being a white gay or white trans.
Right.
So
Well, to your point, I was gonna say, when it comes to black and white gays, there's definitely privilege with white gays, and I actually have had conversations about this in terms of why there's a divide between the black gay community and the white gay community. Like, there's a reason that there's a separation in terms of how we celebrate our prides. Like, there's a black pride here in Atlanta, there's a black pride in DC. Most cities have a black pride, but it's separated from general pride, quote unquote, because there was no inclusiveness, even down to like entertainment. Like, when it came down to entertainment, for example, like here in Atlanta, there was never really any black artists that the black gays in this city would really be interested in. And so that was when the black gay community here in other cities started to create their own.
which is that not so weird though? Because
Right. And I've said before, like, when you look at HRC, which is Human Rights Campaign, or the Trevor Project, which is a nonprofit organization that prevents or tries to prevent suicide and gay youth. When you look at the face of those organizations, even GLAAD, when you look at their websites, there aren't really many people of color on those websites. I
Correct.
don't really feel like they represent them.
Correct. Glad don't listen. Glad they don't. Hold on. Regina's having a conversation.
She had kicked over
Done
now
kicked
she on
the
the phone.
thing.
Now she on the phone.
Ooh,
Daughter, we need to see your
Regina.
mom.
But
All right, let's get back to this.
Right.
Glad
Mm-hmm.
don't even speak a word towards me.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna sit up here and act like that the TS ain't the TS.
Mm-hmm.
Across all spectrums.
Mhm.
We're not gonna act like that.
Mhm.
I get it. I get it.
Right.
It's if you don't fit in that
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's like there's no representation. When you look at their website or their pamphlets or flyers, like you don't really see people of color. And so it's almost like we're not, people of color are not included in that gay rights.
And then you get, it's the same people of color.
Yeah.
You get the same people of color. You get the same people of color story. All of it. Listen, here's the problem that I have. A lot of people speak stupid stuff and say, well, Madison is not a representation of our community. Yes, I am.
Mm-hmm.
There's all representations of the community.
Mm-hmm.
All.
Mm-hmm.
So, bitch, our community ain't all positive.
Right.
Our community ain't all on television.
Mm-hmm.
There are people in our community, just like there are people in the heterosexual community
Right.
that done busted down, that done had their legs to the moon.
Mm-hmm. And no one is saying that you have to be the voice for the entire
Community.
But you are a voice.
Right.
You represent a segment of the community.
And not only that, you actually empower a lot of people who also feel like they're not a part of the community.
Correct.
Because it's become so commercialized now with Pride and all this stuff. When what we forget, it was black trans women and black drag queens who actually liberated the gay movement.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're not included in like the gay pride of everything we're thought of, that's what's weird to me.
But that goes to your
But
point too
listen,
about privilege.
even when I'm included into those things, you know, you get those ones that with their nose turned to the
Uh-huh.
side, like, oh, she's done porn,
Right,
bitch,
right,
and
right.
so is your sister.
Right.
My mind.
So is your friend. And you're the one, and you watched it, and you spent your money, or if you haven't done, you've been to my Vista and you've seen it.
I've always said, what makes you think that you are better just because you are on the other side of the phone screen?
Mm-hmm.
If I've always said that, I don't give a fuck. I started to do porn because I needed to survive. I was not making any fucking money after that Liberty Loan bitch.
Hello.
But
I
can
had
you
to survive.
see? Here's what we gotta say. We got to elaborate on that.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me what happened that you think that. That's what I tell y'all ain't gonna answer. It's already rough out here. It's rough out here. Now, let's say. Hold on 1 second, Craig.
Mm-hmm.
You said it. Go ahead.
Well, let me say this while
Hold on, Craig, because I don't want to lose my thought.
Okay.
I want Regina to put this lash on.
Okay,
let me
keep
get
your
my
eye
thought.
closed. Keep your eye closed. And say
Okay,
the
so people need to understand that right after you have a television moment or you have a moment of this and the other, they think that you're making this massive amount of money or you still have to get out there and work.
I was lucky. I was really, really lucky to be
Don't
getting
squint your eye.
$2,000 a month at that point because this was back when they didn't know how to make money off the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't know how to market it or turn you into a catch me outside girl and all this shit. You know what
Oh,
I'm
you
saying?
see those girls, honey.
Right, but it's crazy because the market's changed. They can do all these shenanigans and have all these deals. Back then, it
Cardi
was,
B.
Oh,
well, you know, I feel Cardi's a little different.
No.
I love
Cardi B. I like Cardi B too. You know, but it's just, she's a part of also the thing of yes, break out the loud black girl.
Well,
Hello?
she ain't black.
Correct, and this is why it worked for her.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back to it again. This is why this is why it worked for her because she's not a black girl.
Mm-hmm.
She's not. You start looking for the black girl looking for the job because, or the black girl looking for the position, the black girl looking for the spot. But the white girl or the Spanish girl that got the black persona or the black ass persona got the job because they don't want the black girl doing that because she too ghetto.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's deemed as ghetto when someone black does it.
I mean, I'm just being.
I mean, but here's a good illustration of that. It's just like when black girls have been wearing cornrows and braids for centuries because it's a protective hairstyle. It just comes out. But this
Here go them Kardashians.
Here come those Kardashians.
Here the Kardashians
It's a
go.
trend.
All of a sudden it's a
Then it's
trend. All of a
trendy.
sudden it's vogue. It's in vogue. It's stylish. It's groundbreaking. It's like, girl, bitches in Baltimore and Crenshaw and in the Bronx and everywhere else around this country and in Africa have been doing this for centuries. Are you serious right now?
Yeah.
I completely understand that. Like anytime, a person does something and it's looked down on someone else, does it and it's glamorized, that's a fucking problem.
Right.
But
Somebody said just like that black girl who was on Dr. Phil talking about she not black. Ain't nothing happened with her. She got out there coon for a fool. And what happened? She ain't got no TV dish. She ain't in no music video. The black folks drug her up and down the street. The white folks keyed at her and used that as exactly what they used it for. But she ain't. I guarantee you, she not no millionaire.
I was sad. I felt sad.
No.
But it'll look so good.
Those are pretty.
Yeah, I know. You can put them on Chris, but not me.
You want a Chris?
I would put on the left. But I don't want to, those look, I don't want to use
Honey,
those.
the everything.
Not Tina. That's not Tina.
What's wrong with the ones you have on?
They fine. These
Ain't
are
they
fine.
pretty? She won't wear them.
But you know, I think if we're gonna have a conversation about privilege, though, I think if you look at every community, you can find some privilege. You know what I'm saying? Because even when you talk about the LGBTQ community, you have gay men that can quote unquote pass as straight that feel privileged over those who cannot, or they feel privileged over trans women, or you know what I'm saying? So, but to that point, one of the issues that I've had with the white gay community is sometimes it feels as if, not feels, in a lot of instances, white gay men, not all, will choose their whiteness or their white privilege over their gayness. And so it's like you would imagine that we're all in the same community, the same
Well, no
struggle.
shade. The black people do the same shit.
That's what I'm saying.
The black people act like that our black gay ass don't even exist.
Exactly.
So it's the same way.
Exactly.
So we not gonna sit up here and act like that the white man is this, and the other, and our black ass ain't doing it too. And I ain't mad at the white folks who doing what the white folks do because they the white folks, and I'm mad at the black folks who doing what they do because I'm the black folk. Don't treat me no kind of way, and I'm the black folk too.
Right, because they're black gay folks that really feel ostracized, that really feel like the enemy to black people. Because black folks, there are some black folks that have nothing to do with LGBTQ people. They won't see our blackness first. They'll see, oh, he's gay, oh, she's trans.
Oh yeah, I ain't got nothing to do with
She's
that.
a lesbian.
Listen, I've seen some things where people were fighting for rights, and when they say, "Oh, well, he's gay," oh no, I ain't got nothing to do with that. Ain't got nothing to do with me. And I'm like, so that automatically cancels you out. And this is the person that's really fighting the hardest because one, they know and understand, girl, that as a gay or as a trans.
Well, see, I grew up Pentecostal.
Oh.
So my whole life, my papa was a preacher growing up and all this stuff. So my whole life, all I've ever heard is like fire, brimstone, going to hell, this. I mean, families turning on each other. So whether it's a white, black thing, family thing, I'm just at this point like, I've seen so many people turn on each other like blood just because of if you're gay or whatever. And it's just like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm even making sense.
No, you're making lots of sense. You're making so much sense, you know, that it's ridiculous, you know, because and it further validates the stuff that I was saying out of my mouth about, you know, about things, girl. You know what I'm saying?
Well, see, and notice how I got really quiet since we're keeping, this is the Patreon, right?
Yeah.
See, I'm just keeping it really, notice how I got real quiet when you said the Cardi B thing. Because I do love her, but at the same time, when you said, now this is where I can never speak to anyone else's experience, or, like when you said, you know, if a dark-skinned girl acted this, that's not something I can speak to.
What about all the dark skinned girls that acted the same way on? And this, I don't want to sound like a hater because I'm not.
No. I was saying,
But this was what about all the dark skinned girls that acted the same way that she acts on the same show? They still stuck on that show. Stuck on that show. Grant, am I lying though?
You're right. You're right.
Am I lying? That's not me shading this person.
right.
It's just
You're not saying about Cardi B, you're saying to the system.
To
of
the-
things,
correct.
The system. And see, that's where I can't speak to it. I can say, oh, I love Cardi B, but then there is validity to, what's it, colorism?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a real thing.
Because I'm still learning terms that I did, like.
Right. But you know what I think is important? And I think that it's important that you will have conversations about race. Ellen DeGeneres will have conversations about race. I think what happens is, and I think it's important to have difficult conversations. I was having this conversation
Well,
with my
that's how
mom.
you learn.
Yeah, that's how you learn. But I was standing with my mom yesterday. The reason why a lot of communities aren't bridged, like it's important to try to bridge communities, where you're talking about black and white folks, gay and straight folks, gay and lesbian, gay and trans, whatever. But oftentimes we avoid those difficult conversations out of fear of offending. And
But
I
you
think
know
what
what?
happens is a lot of times white folks, there are white people that want to know and that want to try to close that divide, but they avoid the conversation out of fear of
Well, it
saying
also-
something offensive,
It also
sounding ignorant, or you know what I mean? So they just avoid it at all
And when I
costs.
say this, I'm also including myself. It also makes white people, when you have these difficult conversations, it forces you to look at your part
Absolutely.
and what you
How
are
you're complicit.
ignorant to,
Yeah.
how you're complicit,
Yeah.
what you've contributed to.
Because I was saying, the example I was giving my mom yesterday was, like with trans community, for example. Like I was saying to her about how we were going to put the story about Janet Mock on the show today, about her getting this Netflix deal. And so I was saying to her, like some of the conversations that you and I have had, Madison, about the trans community and how sometimes you feel like the only outspoken trans woman that will speak about genitalia and that kind of thing, and how a lot of trans women will avoid having that conversation. But I think that the only way for us to quote unquote bridge communities is to have those difficult conversations.
Those difficult, because I'm not afraid.
And you're not afraid.
And
But
then
then-
I see people say stuff like when I'm reading some of the comments of people that say, "Well, TS is ain't like Laverne, or she's not like Amaya, or she's not like they don't talk about those." And that's the way that you should know. That's not the way. That's the way they are.
Right, right.
And that's
And
their
right.
that's their choice
Right.
on the way that they like to
Right.
speak about this stuff. And if they feel like that's the eloquent way, then those are the people that you need to follow.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Those are my sisters. I'm so appreciative of the contribution that they put into the community. But you're not going to be able to undermine my contribution.
Right, right.
Because I got the
Right.
people over here that's going to talk
Right.
about genitalia.
Right.
Okay, some of us want a pussy,
Right.
some of us don't.
But the only way that we learn, those of us that are not trans, the only way that we learn about the trans community is because people like you will talk about it. That's my point. Like white folks will never learn about black folks if we don't allow the space for you guys to
Also-
ask the questions
well,
that you don't understand.
Also, too, white
We
people,
can't be so sensitive.
But it goes both ways. I mean, obviously,
Yeah.
white people have to be willing to give up the privilege to even be able to acknowledge it exists. I told my grandma about it, and at first she didn't understand the term, just
Yeah.
the wording
Yeah, yeah.
of the two words. And when I broke it down to her, I mean, oh my God, I love her. She understands, but I
Right.
had to explain it to her. But
And you know what? And here's what I will say. And I'm not speaking in terms of like your
I know
grandmother.
you're fine.
But in terms of a white person in 2019 who still needs to be explained, and I don't mean from like your grandmother because she's a different generation.
Yeah.
But my thing is, I think it's intellectually lazy for any white person in 2019 to pretend that they don't know what's going on and the plight and the struggles of people of color.
And
I'm just not willing to have that
and I
conversation.
feel the same way about people of color.
Yes.
That I got to break it down
That
for
too.
you
That
about
too.
transgender,
That too.
cisgender, and all this
Absolutely.
stuff. When we got people that are living out loud that you follow
Yeah, absolutely.
on social media, to hate on them. You follow them on social media. You watch what they do on social media. You watch the contributions on social media. Cause you really ain't. Cause girl, these people ain't watching TV hard like that no more. Social
They
media
not.
is the power.
Yeah, it
That's
is.
the power, baby. It's the power. So therefore, I know what space that I'm going to be more powerful in. Is this space right here. You feel? Because I got to act like somebody that I'm not
On TV.
on television.
Right.
Because I'm not those people that are actors and actresses on the television, you love the character that they play. I'm T.S. Madison. This is not a character that I play.
Absolutely.
This is not a character that I play. I am T.S. Madison, bitch. So when I sit down and I talk to you and I have a conversation with you about what's going on in our community, this ain't coming from an actor's perspective.
But can I say one last thing?
Yes,
'Cause
baby.
I know you just delivered a word, but I want to reinforce the fact that I know you know this, but you give a voice. I know they might want you to be cookie cutter. You give a voice to people,
Come on, hold on, Chris. Go ahead and speak, because let me whisper in the production.
not just LGBT, but trans, anyone in the community who feels like they don't have that voice because they don't fit in that cookie cutter, politically correct, oh, I'm not going to discuss this. Because when I listen to TS, I'm always like, oh my God, finally someone's really talking about not smoothing over.
Right.
So,
Yeah, no, I think but again, I think those difficult conversations are important, and the only way to bridge communities is to ask the tough questions without fear of offending. Because sometimes you're gonna offend, you know what I'm saying? Even like with gay people, sometimes we don't wanna answer certain questions that straight people have, for example.
I don't mind answering their
Yeah,
questions.
but the only way that, people will learn is to have the
you know
conversation.
what though? I see, like when you said earlier about like the white people who are intellectually lazy, that's true. I encounter, and I'm not making excuses. I just, like my brother's generation, he's like a college age. I'm always like, what the fuck? Like, they're so in like a bubble, and so, with so many of my family, like being Republican and all this shit, and I'm supposed to sit back and be like, and just listening to these conversations, there are a lot of really dumb people out there.
Yeah.
Stupid.
And, I mean, just fucking
Really stupid people.
like you're gonna sit across from me at the table and talk about Donald Trump and like just go on and on about like I'm supposed to be like okay, but yeah, they live in their bubbles. It's,
Right,
It's the
right.
weirdest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't accept what that stuff with Donald Trump or in Donald Trump's rhetoric because it affects you. Even though you're white,
Yeah.
it affects you. You're gay, you're gender nonconforming, you're queer. All of the stuff that's
But you know, I will be honest with you. I kind of get quiet when I'm around them because I'm so outnumbered in my hometown that I just say fuck it. I'm not even gonna. They freak me when I'm around them. Like the bro dudes and the rednecks, I'm like, they freak me out. Like really, like
Yeah.
safety wise.
Yeah.
So I don't engage with them in person. Now I'll speak my mind like removed safely on my phone. But when I'm around them, they freak me out.
Right,
Like, a lot of
well,
people-
how do you in that space? How do you survive? How do you survive?
If you'll notice, I've become a lot more masculine in my expression over the years. I've kind of normalized myself, and that's not something I'm proud of.
No, don't be proud of that because it makes me
It's
makes
not
me
something
feel
I'm
like
proud of.
that this adds to your depression.
Because you're
Right.
shrinking.
Yes, because you're minimizing yourself for other people.
Yeah. No, that's why I'm gonna go back to therapy. I'm in a really in between stage right now.
Well, listen, sis, it ain't about therapy. It's about getting the fuck from around here. But the only reason why you there
I'm
because
only
your
there 'cause
grandma.
my grandma.
Yeah.
See, and it all kind of, it's like it all feeds itself. The issues, but yeah. This is like a deep talk, y'all. Lord.
Yeah.
We're getting into the real.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what we're gonna do. Craig and I are coming out with a new podcast, a show that we're gonna do, and it's gonna be called After Lunch Before Dinner.
Yeah.
That we're gonna do it before we, like, 'cause it's gonna be after lunch. We're gonna do, a lot of talking about stuff, honey, but it'll be before dinner. After lunch before dinner, so we want to do it right. We're gonna do it after lunch while you're at work. You got something to listen to, and then stuff that you can talk about right before you serve your dinner table, honey. So we're gonna start that probably when we come back from the Dominican Republic.
Okay.
And we're gonna be doing that on Wednesdays, if it's God's will. We'll be doing it on Wednesdays, honey. And it's gonna be kind of like
Smart talk.
smart talk to challenge, not to challenge, but to just get into that whole red table talk.
Yeah, kind of, yes.
Like to get into that whole red table talk avenue for grown. This is for grown ups.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So we can have grown conversations, grown stuff. They might find out that I have a different dialect. It'll be minimum of me using vulgarities and stuff like that. I'll just have an intellectual conversation, be using big words that I do know how to use. Because they kind
try
of
to-
typecast me to in this space of bitch yo all pussy hoe, to that loudmouth tranny whatever that's in this space. Never to know that I can function in all arenas.
See, this is why I think I always kind of have like got you a little. I think you know how to turn it on for videos, going viral, business, entertainment, business mindedness, and I do that too. So you've met me, and I'm kind of introverted. But you know how to.
This is a job for me.
But there's more to you, though, is what I'm saying. There's just that side that knows how to make a viral video.
Yeah, but
and so a podcast is great for showing that to people.
Yeah, but see, it's going to be a podcast. It's going to be hearing and visual because I've learned that people like to see the facial expressions.
They do.
They like to see our mouths move, and we're not going to have a time limit on our podcast. The podcast can possibly be an hour and a half, 30 minutes, 45 minutes, so 2 hours if we're really talking about a situation. And for this, we're not gonna be talking about a variety of topics. We're gonna be talking about specific situations in that setting, specific people in that setting.
So we can flush it out.
Yeah, and it's not going to dissect it.
Yes.
Get to the root of the problem.
Yeah.
And send that to our audience and be like, hey, good evening, thinkers.
Good day, thinkers, thought leaders, progressives, and dreamers.
Is it on? Is this thing recording?
Absolutely.
So
Well, I will be listening.
yes, we'll be listening and watching.
Yes.
We will be streaming. We will be streaming this to all platforms.
Where
just
can
like,
they subscribe?
well, it's going to be on.
Oh, they're already subscribed.
They're already watching.
watching.
Don't get too drunk, Kristen. We will turn the camera off and carry you and pick you up. We're not gonna let the people
I'm
get
like, am I giving Tara Reid or Courtney Love drunk tonight? We gotta figure it out.
you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, listen. We've come to an hour on this. This has been good. We don't want to stop, but this is not our after lunch before dinner podcast. You got it. So, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you've gotten your tickets for our show in Baltimore. You can get them at the door, honey. You can get them online. We suggest that you get them online and not at the door, because, honey, I may tack an additional $10 at the door. I don't know. That's if the spirit move on me to do so. But please get your tickets online. We will be there this weekend. Chicago, I'll be in your neck too for the Chicago is a drag thing. Just check my Instagram. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blacks and whites, if you have not subscribed to Chris Crocker, please, Chris, tell them where they can find you.
Y'all can find me at,
It's Chris Crocker on Instagram.
and that's, or Facebook. But thank you so much for having me. I didn't expect it to go this deep, but we got deep tissue into it.
Girl, honey, you done porn. You know how deep I go.
No, I really enjoyed this conversation.
You have?
Yeah.
You have. That's good. And we're gonna have a good show tonight. And listen, and we're not gonna let nobody. We ain't gonna be able to stop the comments, but we're not gonna let nobody disrespect you tonight. We're not gonna be attacking you because you are our Caucasian sister. Because bitch, at the end of the day, you are our sister, Caucasian and or not. So we're gonna be up here. Ain't nobody gonna be terrorizing you. And when they call in on the after show, they get disrespectful. We're gonna wear them out together, vanilla and chocolate.
But I will say this, y'all ain't gotta go too easy on me, you know. Cause what is that shit they always say, like tears? Y'all ain't gotta go too easy on me though. You can still say whatever you say.
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for tuning in and thank you for listening. Get your tickets, Craig. Run that promo, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Okay. All right, Patreon. Did you guys enjoy the podcast? Did you enjoy watching the podcast? And because you are the Patreon, you got the exclusive that Craig and I are about to be working on our new live cast.
Yeah.
Instead of podcast, what's it? Our Pod Live.
Pod Live.
Our new Pod Live that's coming, and we're going to try to do this after the Dominican Republic. We're going to do the Pod Live, and you say, I understand it, but give us, I'm going to do the catchphrase. Yeah, they said, I understand the intellectual part of the new podcast coming, but please make sure you give us the intro.
Oh, no, she going to always
I'm going to
give
do
you
all
that.
the intro, but I'm going to refrain from lots of vulgarities. I'm going to refrain from, using derogatory terms and pejoratives, things of that nature. I'm going to keep myself in a space where my intellectual followers and my intellectual watchers are here, to get that other side of myself. Craig got that stuff with him already, but birds of a feather do flock together.
Absolutely.
So if Craig has that intellectual side to him all the time, you already know he's a trash ass bitch.
Right from Baltimore.
Straight out of Baltimore. Straight from Baltimore. Trash ass bitch.
Yes.
And so y'all look forward. We're gonna do some photos from it. And I heard somebody say Madison always got the head. She can't never do nothing by herself. Listen, I come to you guys on my YouTube channel alone talking about how I feel, but I like having conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That's just me. I like having conversation. So you're gonna always see me probably with a co-host or something like that because that's just my swag. That's just what it is. Now listen, Patreons. For that, you will also get a lot of behind-the-scenes stuff. Prior to that, you'll get all the nasty, filthy talking and stuff. You'll probably get me painted up. You'll probably get me and Craig out eating, preparing stuff or whatever. And you'll probably hear us. This will probably be on both of our Patreons. We're gonna do. We trying to get it together. Like, are we gonna do it 30 minutes? No, we're gonna do 30 minutes for that they can see.
Where they can see it,
and then the rest they have to listen to
to the
it.
podcast, yeah.
Or are we
Or
gonna
vice
do,
versa.
Yeah, I don't know how we gonna put it
Yeah.
together, but you know, makeup will be done prior
Right.
to the show starting because I can't
Amen.
focus and stuff like that. This is why I
And
always
she
ask.
kicking over equipment and stuff.
Yes, girl, honey, doing the thing, but she's a great makeup artist. Book Regina. Yes.
Have they been in there reading tonight?
No, these are Patreon. These are people that are the Patreon. They love me over here. So this is why you set it. See, Chris, you need to set a Patreon up for yourself so that no, you need to get on. People like to see the good. They like to hear you talk. So there's people that will and just charge your people $5. I might go $10 for certain stuff when it comes down to this new podcast we're doing.
Right.
Because we got to pay for new equipment. It's just
We
things
got
that need
stuff
to be to do. So I may go up maybe $5 for that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but it's still just $5, child.
Mm-hmm.
Let them come in, you know, and keep consistent with stuff. My people out there know that I'm always on the beat, always on the ground, and it's time to. And I don't want you people to feel like that I'm neglecting you guys in my Patreon. But it's just like, girl, it be so much stuff going on, and I try to flush out lots of content. Y'all know these people ain't trying to give you no job out there in the lands, over there in the lands, where they think that you made it when you on the TV, which you really be. Chris, you better tell them, bitches be on TV still trying to figure out where their next apartment coming from, how they gonna pay their bill.
I was sleeping on couches, doing literally Jimmy Kimmel, fucking The Tonight Show, doing The View, during all that time, and but you don't get paid for shit like
People
that.
don't understand that. They don't understand that. They fight. People fight for these TV roles, and the TV be out here raping and robbing
Yes,
you,
indeed.
taking all of your rights to your content, and then telling you that you're not able to sustain in your own space.
Well, not only that, people also think when you get the 15 minutes of fame thing, oh, that really helped you, you got so lucky. And I'm like, bitch, I got 20 million views before that. What it did was put me in a box to where I couldn't get work. That's what it really did.
Yes.
Because my production company deals were prior to that video.
Yeah.
It fucked up my whole, you know, after that, I'm Liberty Longer. So.
Yeah, Craig, look at Craig, y'all, Craig. Yeah.
Do you know what you want to call this podcast?
This is one-on-one with Chris Chris Parker. I'm gonna call it "Leave Britney Alone."
Okay.
It's went
The
on.
Queen Supreme Court.
Yeah.
Leave Britney
No,
alone.
bitch. Yeah. Thank you guys for watching. We had a really good time. I'm about to go live on Instagram to do some promo for the show start. So if you guys follow me, you're gonna see Sante applying my wig from Youth Beauty, my new wig that I'm doing a pixie cut.
Honey.
I'm doing a pixie cut. Tonight. So y'all run over there to my Instagram. You know I got to keep the stuff floating, honey, or whatever.
I need to get one of these.
Yes, they do, honey. Yes, Molly's bonnets, honey. Yeah, put it on, Chris. Be yourself, bitch. Step your pussy up, honey. Get a job. Own a business, bitch. Suck a dick. All right, so I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Sante, you ready?
Yep.
All right, I love you, and thank you, Patreons. And you know the show's gonna be good tonight. It's storming outside, so be ye also ready. Thus say the Lord, for a situation to carry on, because we don't know what this weather's giving. Production, I had a car accident and stuff like that. So y'all just bear with us tonight, okay? And listen, Poetic Justice. I've given you a wrench. You are a moderator. Alpha Charm. I've given Alpha Charm a wrench as a moderator. BBK, I've given you some help tonight in the markets. I already know how they're going to be. Whoop, 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 whoop in the comment section. So, you know, Craig, I'm also going to charge this up and give you this iPad so that you can be blocking those girls on Facebook.
Okay.
You know. All right. I love you guys, and I will be seeing you on Instagram in just a moment. All right?
It's like that, John.
Boom.
Well, you have ice.
Scott said that he was coming with ice, but I'll D. If you, can you get us some ice if you can? If it's not storming outside. No, Scott ain't Scott. Let me see what he had.
Who was at the text you were saying?
That was leg girl.
No, she said, somebody said, do I need to bring something? I don't like coming to somebody's house without bringing something.
Well, they get here at 9:30.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, okay, let me see 2 bags of ice. Don't worry about Didi, I have 2 bags of ice. Okay. All right, baby cakes, I love y'all. I'm about to head to Instagram now.